Next is the purposes of in-service education. Helps to improve the professional competence, keep the nursing personnel abreast of the latest trends and development of new techniques, helps to update the knowledge and skills at all levels. Nurses can update the knowledge regarding current research and development, develops interest and job satisfaction among the staff. Then in-service education encourage employee in achieving staff development and self-confidence. Staff development means orientation, then continuing education, then self-confidence. They achieve the self-confidence to do all the works. Then in-service education develops leadership skills, motivation and better attitudes. With the help of in-service education, they have attained the leadership skills, motivation and better attitudes. These are the purposes of in-service education. Next we will see the scope of in-service education. What are the scope of in-service education? Maintenance of familiarity with the new knowledge and subject matter. They can maintain the familiarity with the new knowledge and subject matter. The in-service education increases skill in providing services. Their skills will improve due to in-service education. Otherwise, the staffs have no confidence to do the job. Through in-service education, their skill will improve for providing services. Improved attitudes and skills. Their attitudes are changed through in-service education. Their skills are increased through in-service education. Then greater skill in utilizing community resources and in working with the adults. Their skill will improve working with the adults and community, utilizing their community resources. Development and refinement of common values and goals. Through with the help of in-service education, it will help to develop and refinement. Refinement means to renew the common values and goals. Then organization of in-service education. In that, need for in-service education. Needs for development of manual, behavioral and communication skill essential for execution of their job. First one is the need for what all needs in service education. First one is the need for development of manual, behavioral and communication skill essential for the execution of their jobs. Manual means human. Behavioral and communication skills is essential for the execution of job. Then need for development of decision making and managerial skills. Need for development of decision making. Nurses has the power to decision making and managerial skills. Need for introduction to their routine job which are expanding new, higher, complicated. Need for introduction to their routine job which are expanding new, higher and complicated. The jobs are now expanding, higher and complicated. The need for development of leadership skills. Leadership skills are very necessary for doing the job. Need for development of analytical and innovative thinking for investigating potentialities and efficiency for their job. Always the development of analytical and innovative. Innovative means creative, new things. Innovative thinking for investigating the potentialities and efficiency of their job. These are the need for in-service education. Next is the component or types of in-service education. What are the component or types of in-service education? First one is orientation, then skill training, leadership and management development, continuing education. These are the component or types of in-service education. Orientation, skill training, leadership and management development, and continuing education. First one is orientation. Orientation means providing new employees with the basic information about the employer. For example, if new staff came to the hospital, what we will do? We will orient the staff about the ward, hospital, all related structures. We have to acquaintance with the new staffs. Orientation means providing new employee with the basic information about the employer. Employer means organization. Next is the components of orientation. What are the components of orientation? First one is centralized orientation and decentralized orientation. There are two components of orientation: centralized orientation and decentralized orientation. Then centralized orientation. In that, three areas. First one is general orientation. Centralized orientation is generalized orientation. It focuses on three areas. First one is general orientation. General orientation means physical setup of the organization, philosophy, goal, objective, aims, then purposes and roles of employees. This all will include the general orientation, physical setup of the organization. Physical setup, what all neighboring organization, affiliated organization, physical setup. Then philosophy, aims, objectives, all should be oriented to the new staff. Then purposes, and what are the purposes for working in the hospital, and roles of employees. What are the employees' roles in the organization? These are the general orientation. Second one is hospital orientation. Hospital services available for staff and patient in the hospital. What all services available for the staff and patient in the hospital? Super specialities. There are any super specialities? X-ray, scanning, 24 hours casualty, then mortuary. What all available in services available in the hospital? That all should be give information available for staff and patient in the hospital. Then resources available. What all resources available in the hospital? Then library facilities. They can improve their knowledge by reading the library book. Then library facilities. These are the hospital orientation. Hospital orientation included services available for staff and patient in the hospital, resources available, library facilities. The third one is orientation to the nursing department. Orientation to the nursing department. Orientation to the nursing department means organizational nursing department, different categories of nursing personnel, then special programs and activities for nursing personnel, organizational nursing department, information about the nursing department, different categories of nursing personnel, ANM, GNM, BC nursing, MSc nursing, then in charge sister, then special programs and activities. What all special programs taking place in the ward teaching, conference, seminar, workshop, discussions, About all this,